the child born of silence. Once, in a village nestled between tall, whispering mountains, there lived a people who treasured sound above all things. They sang when the sun rose, laughed when the wind blew, and whispered secrets to the stars at night. But in this village of noise, there was one house where no sound came, the home of a woman named Liora. Liora had been born without a voice. She moved through life in quiet steps, her hands weaving stories in the air when words failed her. The villagers, though kind, did not understand her silence. They spoke loudly around her, as if she were not there. But Liora did not mind. She listened to the world in ways others could not. The rustle of leaves, the hum of the earth, the heartbeat of the sky. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, Liora found herself standing at the edge of the silent wood, a place no villager dared enter. It was said that the trees there swallowed sound whole, leaving only stillness in their wake. But Liora felt no fear. She stepped inside, her bare feet pressing into the soft moss. The deeper she walked, the quieter the world became. Even the wind did not dare to stir the leaves. Then, in the heart of the wood, she saw a sight that stole her breath. A silver pool, still as glass, reflecting the moon above. And beside it, a child. The child was small, with eyes like dark water and skin pale as moonlight. When Liora knelt before her, the child placed a tiny hand on her chest, right where her voice should have been. And then, something impossible happened. The child spoke, not with words, but with silence. A silence so deep, so full, that Liora felt it echo inside her bones. It was a language she understood, a story without sound. The child had been born of the wood, born of the quiet, and she had been waiting for someone who could hear her. Liora brought the child home, though the villagers whispered in fear. A child from the silent wood, they murmured. She will bring misfortune. But Liora paid them no mind. She named the girl Selene, after the quiet moon, and raised her as her own. Selene grew, but she did not speak. Like Liora, she moved in stillness, her small hands painting stories in the air. Yet, when she touched the earth, flowers bloomed where her fingers brushed. When she looked at the river, the water rippled without wind. The villagers began to see that her silence was not empty. It was full of power. One year, a great drought came. The rivers dried, the crops withered, and the villagers' songs turned to cries of hunger. They begged the elders for help, but even the wisest among them had no answer. Desperate, they turned to Liora. "Your child came from the silent wood," they said. "Surely she can save us." Liora looked at Selene, who gazed back with knowing eyes. Then, hand in hand, they walked to the center of the village. Selene knelt and pressed her palms to the cracked earth. She closed her eyes, and for the first time, she made a sound, a soft exhale, like a breeze through the trees. The ground shuddered. From beneath Selene's hands, water sprang forth, clear, cool, and endless. The villagers gasped as the riverbed filled, as the fields drank deeply, as life returned to the land. And then, they did something they had never done before. They fell silent. Not out of fear, but out of respect, out of understanding. They had spent their lives filling the world with noise, but now they saw the beauty in quiet, the strength in stillness. From that day on, the village changed. They still sang, still laughed, but now they also listened. As for Selene, she remained wordless, but her silence spoke volumes. She taught them that some things do not need to be said to be heard. And Liora, though she never gained a voice, found that she had never needed one. For in the end, the truest stories are not told with words. They are written in the spaces between them, in the quiet, in the listening, in the heart. And so, under the watchful eye of the moon, the child born of silence, and the woman who heard her lived on, weaving a tale not of sound, but of something far deeper. A story of stillness. A story of understanding. A story that needed no voice at all. And if you listen closely in the rustle of leaves or the hush of the wind, you might still hear it. Soft, endless, true, Borame.